Kia ora from Aotearoa. It's been a little while again. I used to do these a lot more regularly. I've been going through quite a lot, and I'm sure that we all have actually, because we really are in a big global detox and a big purge of everything which is really not of unconditional love. Not everybody. I'm sure that there are, I don't like the word, but there are different timelines that people are choosing to be on and to serve. Yeah. So this one's about the gateway through our hearts. So I want to just say, like, as a survivor who is still pulling my parts together, it is key for me, and it's my choice, to live by my heart to the best of my ability. And in no way am I perfect at it. It's a growth edge for me. I genuinely care about people, especially survivors. And I'm very, very aware of natural justice, and things have sort of happened recently where things may need to be addressed, and I ultimately like everything to be addressed in unconditional love and natural justice, but we're all learning along the way, and all people now have this opportunity to grow into love without conditions. It's quite the mission, because most of us have only known limits and conditions our whole lives. It's been the way now for eons in that sort of disconnection from the source of life, disconnection from nature. So we had to live by our heads. We were enculturated, socialized to do so. It was strongly programmed in society for so long, and the suffering and disharmony has come to some of the extremes that are ending themselves now. Like, it's almost like we're seeing some of the darkest things because they're coming to the surface. They've been like the deepest sludge under the heaviest rocks that are being upturned so that we may become free. So empathy happens where there is a connection between the left and right brain hemispheres that respond to the heart's guidance. Global mind control has kept many of us from discovering this. Survival and fear has kept the brain on hyper alert. And as we know, a lot has been done to split our minds and fracture it and put, well, just about everybody into parts, but some much more, in much more extreme way. So global mind travel has kept us from discovering this. I now realise how much I have relied on psychic senses for my safety in the past, when really the empathic feeling and responding from the heart has been my greatest ally. It's been quite the journey back to my heart. It was quite broken, and it has felt like idealism to believe that we could co-create a reality that flows with unconditional love. However, that may be the trajectory for those of us who choose it and dedicate our healing to empower it. I feel I have been as thorough as possible, upturning what was laid deep in the shadows of my being. It's difficult and painful to see some of those shadows, for sure, but unless I do, I can't attend to them. It takes courage, self-acceptance, and heart. So in my being, I am seeing that there is a global purge happening of what has obscured the ways of unconditional love. We each awaken to where we have harmed, where our heart power was absent and our mind power was lacking the guidance of our hearts. It can be distressing to see that, of course, but we learn that lesson and we move on, and the world becomes a better place. I do not like to see anyone harmed or to suffer. In a time when natural justice is starting to detoxify everything, a lot of compassion may be needed. Look, there's a lot of double agents out there who've been absolutely mind controlled to do what they do, and not had the ability to detect it. I mean, that's part of the whole social engineering, to keep us divided and at war with one another. So we really have to catch on to these things and do what we can, each one of us. And each one of us doing this is part of the change. So the heart unites and the mind on its own divides, judges, blames and defends. Once we truly access our hearts, it appears to me that the mind field starts to hold and emit that love. It is a field that goes far beyond the brain. It is like the unseen light of biophotons that affect the light of our being. I'm also doing a fascia release program, so these sort of things are dawning on me, you know. It really is pushing out the old traumas to the surface. It's been really, really, really intense, and partly why I haven't been able to put together many videos, which I like to do. I do it for me. I do it for those who benefit from it. Yeah, it's all changed over the years. There was a time when I felt very unseen and wanted some kind of recognition, but I feel like I've healed a lot of that in myself. I mean, that's a part of my shadow that is healed. I really feel like we need to be able to talk honestly about these things so that we can grow and learn. We can't just expect change to come when things are still hidden in the shadows. But anyway, the fashion has become a fascination to me. I am seeing it as an interface, emitting and receiving light, directly communicating with the source of life itself. It's an organic intelligence that we may access from our physical form. Our physical form is the vehicle of our soul that we may evolve through, and this is this opportunity on being on the earth at this time, having gone through the extremes of suffering, the extremes of the other side of love, to actually know the purity of the true and unconditional love. So the light we receive and emit is shared with all of creation, and as we become confident with it, our innate gifts of telepathy, telekinesis, co-creation, self-protection, and getting free of what is conditional grows. We may nurture it and grow, ask our questions and receive our answers from an infinite field that is within love. Natural justice is always within love. I see different ways that justice is handled, and it's not true justice in the absence of the heart or where connections are felt and more harm gets done. And I really, really don't want to see any more harm being done. I'm going to be more vigilant and careful about what I interact with, so that I can just stay in that as strongly as I can in that unconditional loving way. Challenges will come, challenges go, and they can all grow us. It's what we do. They're all opportunities for change. I don't feel true natural justice happens until we have sorted out our brain, heart, mind field connections. Our light. It's our heart and it's our light. You know, if we're looking at the mind field as that field of light where we're interacting with all that is, that's key. We are the change we would like to see in the world. It emanates and is received through each one of us. That means that we are all 100% valuable, all learning. Why pull each other's down? We're all in error. And when that error has been made, amends may be made, and it's up to people whether they want to or whether they don't. I choose to, and that's just the way it is. So when we see injustice happen, we may do our best to take action. There's already been enough destruction, and hopefully we can move forward now more based on the ways of unconditional love. I'm observing this new beginning developing through many now, and it's building, and I'm just putting a link. It's just an example of one of those ways in the arenas that has really, really inspired me in my source connection and in the power of what can happen in source connection. And there's actually many avenues of this that are showing up. and that's what I love to see. I notice them, I align myself, I learn, I grow, I resonate. So it has helped me see the power of source connection and the possibilities of a new reality that may truly be birthing through the power of many united hearts. And thank you all. We're all in this together. So much love to you.